the LCS. I am Freak, and I'm joined here with a jovial Joshua.
I did that in every rehearsal, and you didn't laugh.
I didn't see it before. I was looking at you. I just assumed you were jovial. The jovial Joshua Jat Leisman. We're live from Los Angeles, and it is time for TSM versus MRN. Yeah, you're seeing TSM really put a lot of pressure on early. So in my mind, I can't see them being like, well, we give up double buffs once, we're going to stop playing aggro.
And the thing is, the double buffs weren't given up in their initial 3v2 tower dives, so they're probably still going to try to do something like that. It was just the mid lane gank later that the odd one did that really ended up costing them. As we see a Kayle ban out almost immediately, that's really something that's trending more and more, especially this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, though, because we've seen Kayle really like grabbed from TSM so much. They took that, I think, right away in their very first match of the day against CLG back in week 1. I think that was their first pick here. But we're seeing Renekton, right away still available, as well as, Oddwin's Maokai, Oddwin's Xin Zhao, or sorry, not Xin Zhao, but Jarvan the Fourth. Like, a lot of those big picks are still available so far.
So we'll see what the bans end up going with. Renekton, of course, still available. Not for long, man. It's gone.
And it's actually TSM banning it.
Yes, it is TSM banning it. MegaZero was someone who played it last time he met Dignitas. He was doing the red potion start on Renekton, and maybe that has something to do with TSM really wanting to do the 3v2 tower dives, and Renekton being actually one of the most resilient to those tower dives, if TSM wants to run their kind of same strategy every game like they have in the past.
All right, we'll see what else comes up here. The Vi being banned out as well. So, we talked about these trinity of junglers, the Xin Zhao, Vi, and Jarvan the Fourth. So far, Mars has just been removing them. Ironically, the Claky D is known for his Jarvan, so we'll see if TSM first picks that, though they have been first picking Taric all the time.
And the Taric Jarvan is something that has been fairly prevalent, as every time we talk about a strategy, it gets banned out from under us. The Taric Jarvan armor auras have been very key, and a lot of teams have been going for that. Team Solomon had to fight against that when they played Vulcan yesterday. You can actually get up to 52 armor when you get max flag and max shatter on Jarvan and Taric. But of course, we're not seeing those things. They get 1/2 of the combination and first pick Taric, much like Curse had in an earlier game.
And just, it's funny because it's like the legend of TS and the legend of Reginald is now forcing another LeBlanc ban. We haven't even seen her played yet in LCS.
They had a chance to play LeBlanc yesterday, and then he baited everyone, and we're getting ready to go, and we're like, they're going to do it, and he swapped off of it. It's like Reginald last picking in these champion selects, he'll actually highlight a champion that makes logical sense, sit on it, and then change.
Yeah, and
That's
actually,
the worst.
Talking with Saint, actually, about his last match, about Curse's last match, right? Kobe kept talking about that jungle Kassadin, and he hovered over and he was asking his teammates. He said, I was literally asking my guys, can you let me play this Kassadin, please? And they didn't let him. So maybe that comes into play as well. His teammates won't let him play these champions.
I think Saint's also just trying to troll Kobe 24, personally. I think
that
that's what
like
the true story is going on. But okay, we have Lulu and Shen done for Marn. I don't know if that Shen's going to be going mid or top. Something that these teams have been doing so much, especially in Season 3, is like the double or the triple fakeouts with where people can go. There's some champions like a Jace, mid or top, that anytime you can dual lane / jungle, it really just throws a wrench in things.
And it's interesting because we even saw Lulu playing a lot of different roles as well. We saw mid Lulu from Vulcan
today,
Yeah, we've seen Shen jungle and top lane a whole heck of a lot. There's just a lot of options here. MF Taric, that's no stranger of a lane at all, though. That could be actually quite an awesome pick here for Chaox.
Chaox really loves his misfortune, and he's, like we said yesterday, someone who's just whatever is the best right now in his mind, and he'll just go with it because he doesn't believe that that's something that goes away if he's managing to swap off. But he went, what?
Tristana.
What?
So I actually really like Tristana.
Okay.
For what it's worth, I love Tristana. Now, people trash on her her early mid game because she's all her spells get off AP instead of attack damage, but she's the safest and highest. It's like picking Kog'Maw with while you have a jump. You got 2 escapes. You've got Buster Shot and Rocket Jump. I'm a huge Trist fan.
I mean, Tristana does have her competitive edges. It's just very unlike Chaox at this juncture to be picking Tristana. It's not something that he was blocking from Heartbeat.
Sure.
It's not something that they needed to switch around based on the TSM that I'm used to seeing, right? Because the TSM that I'm used to seeing from tournaments will pick a tournament strategy, and you'll see Chaox picks either Corki or Graves 25 games in a row over a couple weekends, and he really loves to sit on his same champion. And this time going Tristana just really surprises me.
No, it's very, very true. We did just talk, we talked about strategies, right? TSM's really early game. BRB, I'm going to pick Tristana real quick. And they're like, guys, Renekton's been so good, then TSM bans it. Guys, Vi and Jarvan really good, and they get banned out.
Yeah.
Quick, name a champion, they won't pick it.
Name a champion, they won't pick it. That's too hard. Orianna. Orianna. That's the champion I named.
Chat.
Okay,
all right,
so
there's the lineup.
And one thing that we missed in all of the hubbub is the Olaf pick by Mega Zero.
Yeah.
This is the nerfed Olaf with something that people haven't really picked up on much, but Mega Zero before the tournament was saying, I'm going to do it. I think he learned at some point that the ultimate actually broke crowd control.
Yeah.
Because before the League Championship Series, he didn't know that. Because the last time he played Olaf over a year ago, the ultimate didn't cleanse CC on cast. And he was like, that's kind of good to know after qualifying for the LCS.
Yeah, and of course now we've seen Echo back on Anivia. Played it yesterday. It got banned out from him like the entire LCS qualifier. So hopefully a healthier Echo can bring that back out, because that was his main champion. That was the guy to look for.
So getting ahead of ourselves a little bit, we got the team comps going down. Team Solo Mid looks to do the Wombo combo with Orianna, something we haven't seen come out in a little while. They're going for lane domination as well with Tristana and Taric. That will have a lot of kill potential level 2.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be all about the circle of AoE that TSM can create and hoping Chaos can hyper carry. So even though it looks a little different, that's still a TSM strategy. Over across on MRN, Echo on Anivia, and Mega Zero on Olaf, as you said, comfort champions. Heartbeat on a castery AD carry like Ezreal. That is his comfort zone. So MRN really just looking to lane and stay alive until they can get to team fights.
All right, and once again, we kind of talked about these teams again. Solomon's saying that they had thrown their loss against Dignitas, should have been 4-1 so far. We'll see if they can pick up their 4th win of the tournament. Of course, Marn, they're up. They're at 0-1 right now. They're looking for their first loss. But TSM, that is a hard opponent to get your first win against.
It's not getting any easier for Marn. Their first game of the tournament was against Dignitas. Now they're up against TSM, so they really have to take out the established teams right from the get-go. It's a lot of pressure coming in for these new teams in the LCS. Marn didn't get to play in the first week, and now everyone's like, they have to get their first win. It's like, we've only lost one game, man. Come on. But it's tricky for them, and they're getting tested right off the bat.
You can see them up on your screens, of course. We're getting into the game right here. TSM on the blue side, Marn on red. We'll see what these guys can do as we get into the game. Oh my gosh, Mega taking so much damage at the bottom lane. Exhaust is on as well. Can he get out? He's got Ghost on. One more attack. Is it going to beat up? He flashes for it. Kayak's going to rocket jump back out. 400 gold for him.
Oh my goodness, that was so well executed. We touched on it briefly in the pregame about the kill potential at level 2.
Nearby, and now he's on turret. Here comes the odd one. He's got the stun. Here comes Twisted Advance. The rocket jump on there as well. Especially actually flashes out of range, and now Mega Zero's taking all the damage. Odd one is there. Here comes Clinky D. Can he taunt him back into turret range? Not quite. And Reginald comes to show up and as well support this.
No
it's
way.
It's actually a 4-on-1 tower dive. Clinky D flashes away.
They're going to keep going.
Is gone. They are still going in, but KX has aggro. KX will go down. He picks up the kill back onto Clinky D, but it's 3-1.
That is by far worth it for Team Solomid because all 3 of those kills went to Chaos of the top lane themselves where Darius is getting his turret low. They're going to try to counter it right here. And it's just the pressure they're putting on the bottom lane over and over. Darius actually going for a kill up top solo.
He's trying to find it. The exhaust goes on though. Heartbeat's going to go for the counterattack. His attack speed's been shredded though. No teleport or way to support that. Darius will be safe here. Clinky D though under the turret taking a lot of punishment. One drops aggro. KX going to jump out of range. Will fall down though. Mega Zero gets 1 kill for his troubles. And of course with minions, TSM are able to walk right through that. But a 1-for-1.
Boy, they love doing that tower dive. They are
in Season 3, I've seen a lot of pink ward battles, like way more than I saw in Season 2.
And the big reason for that is because the Oracle's Elixir is only the 4-minute duration, so people don't want to put in the overall investment if they're not roaming the entire map. So the pink wards is really what controls the dragon fights nowadays. Everyone roaming up around here. Both top laners do have their teleports up. This could be the fight. We see Marn teleporting to engage.
All right, that's going to be Mega Zero right there, but they're going to see that Darius is right on top of them as well, and they're going to immediately pop up. Heartbeat is going to cleanse backwards, try to get behind a wall. The team has grouped up there as well. Rage is going to get the pull, lands it onto Atomic End. Shadow goes on Atomic to keep him alive. Clinky D is going to fall though from that. They've found Chaos. Can they get the burst? He cleanses the slow, gets over the wall. He's going to be safe. That actually baits the team pretty well. Reggie picks up Mega Zero. That's a 2 for nothing. They're going to get the root onto Atomic End. There's no turret there to keep him alive. Puts the slow down. That's going to be 3 for nothing right here. And Reggie's in behind. He finds Heartbeat. 1v1 against Echo. Doesn't quite land the Q. Puts the stun back onto him, but Echo now the only one alive. Reggie almost finds the damage, and Odd One is still chasing. Gets hasted by the dissonance. There's a sapling. It will not chase him down. Echo the only living member from Martin. Right here, they're putting a lot of hurt onto it, down to 8,000 health. MRN is moving over. They might be there in time.
MRN has no vision, and they had to flash away the last time they checked. They know the Orianna ult is there. Dyrus is teleporting in, but everyone from MRN could arrive there if they wanted to. They're cutting themselves off with their own Nivy wall, and TSM's going to get this.
TSM gets it completely for free. They were just so afraid of that Dyrus teleport, it seemed.
They're going to continue probably to push this one up. You can see Claky D is trying to force some pressure. Split pushing is going to get one turret, but TSM with the Baron regen is shrugging off any tower harass they took previously, and they're going to force Mega Zero to come back to base by potentially diving this turret.
All right, they're going to group up. They've got the shield on top of Dyrus. We'll see if he looks for anything. The ult comes off from Ezreal. They're pushing down onto this turret. A bit of damage right here. Maokai ult still there, keeping them from doing anything. MRN, they're going to back right off his inhibitor. Looks to be TSM's, but MRN are staying around, actually. If they pull in with the Shen ult, they can always look for a fight. Inhibitor, that's going to be TSM's as well, and they're going to disengage completely cleanly.
Yes, they probably would have lost the fight on the inhibitor, but if you're just giving up your mid inhibitor as an Anivia team who just thrives off of turtling, you may just be giving up the game. So they really have to force or at least fight at the next inhibitor push because they've already given up one. If they give up a second, they're basically just saying they've lost.
Well, Clicky D has taken these two turrets on his split push. A little burst of gold there. TSM still looking to play aggressively. Nice ult's going to catch up on an Echo. Can they get the damage there? The Shen ult comes through. Special in front. Mega Zero in front. Great Lulu ult catches 3. Where's the damage going to go to? Mega dropped dangerously low. He's going to get out of that one. Special and Dyrus low. Clicky D falls down. They do trade 1 for 1. Where are the rest of the kills going to go? Chaos still waiting for the turret. Looks like they got out cleanly.
They got about 90 seconds left on this Baron buff, and they're okay losing X Special. He was a huge amount of their auras, but they might look to keep taking this one down since it is a jungler for support. Dyrus going in.
Right, they put the giant shields onto him. He takes a little bit of damage. Great wall right there. Is going to catch up the odd one. He has to flash as well. The damage from Chaos is nice, but they do force them back, so MRN have held on for now.
That was a bit of a display of why Anivia is so good at turtling turrets. As soon as they went into melee the turret, they popped the wall, trapping, wish I could read it, 685 at this point. Really just nuking MRN down from range. And the Baron buff is off of them at this point, but they're going to look to continue to pressure.
Looks like Reggie re-upped his elixirs, and they're still on the pressure. Look at the damage there on an Echo. Grabs the Lulu shield, but still not in the best place. So the push at top didn't work. Of course, Mega Zero holding off a one-on-one against Dyrus up there. But down to the bottom, TSM, they're definitely looking pretty great. You can see Dyrus right there, just shrugging off damage. 2 turret shots, does not care. Here comes the defense once again.
Anivia ult being held there. Echo did pick up a blue buff. He will be able to pretty much just keep that held down until the next wave gets here. I wonder if TSM is bold enough to dive through this turret. So the wall does come off, and Chaos is just happy shooting it.
Wow, look at the damage up with there. 3 shots to go to the turret falls. That's going to be a turret. Omni gets caught by the stun, does not have flash. Where's the damage going to come from? Looks like they do summon a Mega Zero. There's the initiative from the odd one. Finds Echo, knocks him into the air. Shen, oh, great Shockwave's going to find Echo.
Ooh.
Knocked into the air. That egg is going to be boiled right there. And he jumps right in. Chaos is just looking for a kill. Will he grab Mega? Yes, he will. Clicky D, the next one. There's the bunny hop's going to find another one. Exhausted to Chaos, and he is happily walking forward. Another kill there onto Atomic End. 13-3. TSM are looking for the Nexus.
Wow, they just rolled through them in that team fight. It was the game of attrition, and TSM finally cracked the egg at the end of it. Here comes the Nexus turrets.
There we go. TSM putting themselves at 4-2 so far. Great job by them. MRN 0-2. We'll see if they can turn around their future matches.